So I remember I appeared in a battlefield. It was more of a war zone, but then like the air of it was very, very steamy and it was very, very dark. But at the same time, like I was able to identify, I could say whoever was there. But when I looked like to my left, it seemed as if like it was the kingdom of darkness versus the kingdom of light. And then I could see like the creatures from the kingdom of light, they were immortals. Like I could tell, like in that vision, I could tell that these are immortals. And then it was said that all of these immortals, they were waiting like for this particular war so that they could war against the kingdom of darkness. And then when I looked at the creatures of darkness, like they were very huge. Some of them, they were beasts. Some of them, they were serpents, like different kinds of serpents. And some of them, like they were snakes. And some of them, they looked like mermaids. And some of them, they just looked like weird creatures that had like funny eyes. And then like they were spitting fire, like so much fire, and some of them were dragons and they were very, very huge. And then like when I looked as if like onto my right from the kingdom of light, the creatures there, they seemed like very glorified. They looked like glorified beings. And then the fire, like it was coming out of their eyes and from their ears as well, and from their mouths. And then some of them, they like these different weapons, and these weapons, they seemed to be like of shiny like metals. And then they also had like huge swords that they were fighting with, and then seemed as if like they were really conquering in that war, and they were like more of being victorious against the kingdom of darkness. And then I heard a voice that also said that some of these immortals, they are still in paradise. They are waiting so that when the time comes, they then fight. And then it was as if like in the middle of that battlefield, there was a big board, like a signboard that was written the Armageddon War. And it was, you could tell like it was a fierce battle that went on like for more and more years. And then I could see like at the back of the immortal beings from the kingdom of light, they had like these flapping wings that would also like be swords at the same times. Like they were fighting weapons that they would use against the kingdom of darkness. And it seemed like it was a very fierce battle, but either way, like I could tell like in that war, the kingdom of light would emerge victorious. And then I remember it was as if like I was watching from a bird's eye view and just watching everything else that was going down like in that battlefield. And it was